2 years. I was in that big house. Then I moved uptown Powell, and that one I cared for the least. I had some questionable things happen there that I didn't understand at the time. The energy is much different on that end of Powell versus the other end. But it was responsible for me growing because, I see people from a good place to a really not good place. You can only be in everything's going to be okay and everything's hunky-dory till you have to dive in to sometimes things that are not good. And how you going to deal with that? I mean, I remember going to the spirit going, okay, you got to get real with me right now. Like, if I have an encounter here, something really dark, what am I supposed to do with that? And what do I tell people? How do I explain that? I think it just threw me into a place that forced me to be more balanced and to understand how I help people on either side of that spectrum spiritually. I remember praying for a girl there, and she believed she had something attached to her. I was like, love, come and visit her in a mighty way. And I had a little candle, and I remember having the lighter, and I said, I'm going to light this candle, and as long as it burns, unconditional love is going to surround her and remind her who she is. And I went click, 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 and the third time it lit, a pig squealed and screamed, and I heard it tear out of the room. Audibly. Like, okay, love just made that thing get out of here. Because she was sitting right there, so she heard it too. I think most psychics out there, or at least mediums, we know we set up portals wherever we go because we're communicating with the other side so much. When you open up a portal, anything can come through. Heaviness or getting angry, and we take care of it. I do a clearing. I don't allow that stuff to stay. It took me to another place where I had to start dealing with more darker things, but I appreciate that place. It did teach me a lot. And then from there, of course, then I came to Westerville, which is where I'm at now. I've been here now since 2015, and again, very haunted, but not bad. I love this building. The history of it, this is called the Stoner House. I always say if I could somehow get my weed selling license, that would make the best business. I don't know. I could say get my stones at the Stoner House. I don't know. Anyway, this is called the Stoner House. It was built in 1852. It was a stagecoach inn and tavern to begin with. George Stoner, he came here from Toledo area, and he came down here and he set up a stagecoach inn and tavern. Because Otterbein had opened, he would take a stagecoach down to Columbus with the promise they'd stay here. In the meantime, he helped slaves to freedom. According to history, it said he would hide them out in the luggage compartment of the stagecoach or dress them up as patrons, and then they would ride up here and then get on Africa Road and go from there. But what Westerville people don't realize is they were not good people. There was a walled-off room he had built that they would crawl through some kind of hole or burrowed tunnel to crawl into that room. And it is right now still right where it was in 1852 in this basement. Like you could go down there and touch those walls where they actually hid. This place is haunted, okay? There have been customers that walk in who's like, oop, I just seen a guy in a top hat. Or who's that woman that just walked in there in that long dress? I'm like, there's no woman walked in here with a long dress. I just seen her go in your kitchen. Okay. This is not the most haunted side. I can tell you that much. I'm going to dig out my audio recordings of things I've caught down in that walled-off room where they hid the slaves, saying, hide me and attend us in the office of this cold and vigilant cave and take me out of here. Dark shadows up on the porch in the back. 2 women riding a stagecoach out here. Just all kinds of evidence. You go to haunted events or these haunted attractions, and they're just somebody jumping out at you. I'm going to show you real hardcore evidence of not a fake ghost, not a fake haunting, something that's literally going on every day here. If you're in Westerville and you're apprehensive, just because I say it's haunted doesn't mean you're going to walk in here and have to be scared to death. No, like I said, I keep a handle on it. I want to have a Halloween function. You can imagine that's my favorite holiday of the year. And this year I'm going to do it. And I'm so excited I can't stand it. Decking the store out, real creepy haunted. Possibly on the weekends we'll be doing seances. Put a bunch of psychics together in a room and go, what can you do for Halloween? There's a lot. I definitely would invite you to stop by. I've seen so many people be changed because of it. So come in. If you're fearful at all, don't be. I'm telling you, so many people tell me, this is my first experience. And I can kind of see where they're a little apprehensive. And I'm like, oh, honey, look. I'm going to make sure you're good. I'm going to make sure you walk away with the experience, even if it is a little haunted, but you're going to be excited to come back. It's what you want to look at. How do you want to be scared? We can bring it.